Hello friends, I'm back with another video. Today we're going to be pitting two famous super soldiers against each other. Deathstroke of DC against Marvel's Captain America. To be honest, I'm surprised there's not more discussions about this, more like, what if scenarios about who would win. I know there was this one battle with Death Battle years ago. Actually no, it was never with Death Battle. I'm thinking of Batman vs. Captain America. My fault. But yeah, usually I would, get right into my thoughts immediately, make it short and quick. But it's going to be a little different this time because with Captain America, it can get a little tricky. So, what I mean by it getting a little tricky is two different Steves. The first Steve is the Captain America from Earth 616. He's of a peak human power level. So, that means that he's like above Olympic level, but not quite superhuman, not quite enhanced yet. And in that version of Steve Rogers, he doesn't have any super strength, super speed, none of that. Like his strength goes up to like 1,100 pound bench press. I think they said he was able to curl 500 pounds. That was the only thing that was kind of crazy. Then he can run at like 30 miles per hour. Um, yeah, so everything he has is like the highest efficiency of what like a not a natural human, but what a human can achieve without being considered enhanced or superhuman. So with those power levels, him going up against Deathstroke, who is I would say like a low level superhuman, not quite, but like he's just at that tier. His strength. I think they said he was able to rip a helicarrier underwater with one arm. That can put his strength between the 2 and 5 ton range. This version of Captain America, I think he fell from a plane to a car and sustained no damage like that. So his strength and his durability is always like in question. It's always a little inconsistent. So, but I would say for this version of Captain America against Deathstroke, uh, him being because that's why when they did the death battle all them years ago, Captain America versus Batman, a lot of people were like, "How could Captain America lose to Batman? Batman can't even beat Deathstroke." Is because that version of Captain America isn't like the MCU Captain America. And if you're used to the MCU Captain America, I think that's when things get confusing because in the MCU, I believe they use the ultimate version of Captain America in that movie. Brings me to the ultimate Captain America, whose, enhanced physiology is a lot closer to Deathstroke's, enhanced strength. He can run at 60 miles per hour. And basically, he has a great healing factor because I believe he broke his spine, his neck, and had like some gunshot wounds. Healed all that in a week, which is crazy. Usually people would either die or they take like a year to recover from that. So he has a pretty good healing factor. A lot of their stats are a lot closer. They're on a lot more equal footing. So who would win this battle when it's like enhanced? Because I felt like in Earth 616, it's no contest now. This is a battle, right? So for my 2 cents, I believe that Deathstroke would be the better. He would be the better fighter. I know they say Captain America learned all the martial arts. A little bit inconsistent since he was like World War II, World War One. There's a lot more, fighting techniques that would develop later. I could be wrong about that, but still, like I feel like it would have been limited since he was fighting in World War II. Also, I feel like Deathstroke, even though they're close, I think he kind of takes the edge a little bit in terms of enhanced abilities. Plus, his brain is also enhanced. He can use 90% of his brain. Some people thought humans can only use 10%, and then Deathstroke could use 90. Regardless, he has enhanced brain function, and it's been said he's probably a better battle strategist than Batman. And as far as combat wise, and he has more experience than Captain America. Yet at the same age, but or technically Cap should be older, but Deathstroke has been a super soldier for that whole time in his old age. Captain America stopped at a certain age. So I think Deathstroke, might even have the experience advantage. You've got better tactics against him. And I think the only thing people might say is like the vibranium shield. We've seen Captain America throw that away and, you know, being caught without it. And his armor is made out of Kevlar. I don't think his armor is made out of vibranium. So it's not like there's nothing Deathstroke doesn't have that would be able to pierce through it. So for that, I'm gonna give it to Deathstroke. It would be close. It's closer than people think, but I think Deathstroke has more tools in the bag. He has too many tricks, and it would be a fun battle. Same reflexes and everything. But ultimately, I gotta give it to Deathstroke. I just think he's the ultimate assassin. I don't fear him losing. Another thing, Deathstroke also has a higher healing factor. Yeah, he lost an eye, but there's been stories where he lost like parts of his brain, and he was able to heal that same day. or like he got stabbed in the chest, straight through the heart, and he was still able to move at optimal efficiency. So if it was a battle of attrition, even Deathstroke would probably get it as well. But it would be a great battle. I wish I could see it. I'm surprised they've never done a death battle on that. Maybe there was a joint comic back in the day where they felt like, it was already settled. But my money's on Deathstroke. What do y'all think? Do y'all think there's a way for Ultimate Cap to win? Or you think Deathstroke got it? Let me know. There'll be more Super Soldier battles. I'll give y'all like a little sneak peek if y'all still listening. I'm thinking about doing Luke Cage and Deathstroke. Yeah, I'm gonna do that again. And I'm thinking about doing Black Panther and Wolverine. And those are my top two. Let me know if you got any suggestions. Thank you guys. Peace.